My beloved child, something is shifting around you right now. You can't see it yet, but heaven is moving in your direction. The air itself feels alive. There's a vibration in your spirit that you can't quite explain. Archangel Michael is near, closer than he's ever been, standing right beside you with a message burning like fire. This moment is not random. You didn't stumble here by chance, you were called, pulled, chosen. Heaven scheduled this second before you were even born. Michael says, "Beloved, the delivery has already been made. Your blessing isn't on the way, it's here." Those words are echoing through the heavens right now. For days you felt something shifting inside you, a restlessness, a weight in your heart, a sense that something bigger is coming. That wasn't anxiety, it was alignment. It was heaven whispering, "Prepare, the time has come." Pause for a moment and take a breath. Because God says, you're standing at the door of manifestation. What you've been praying for, crying for, waiting for, it's already done. The delay you thought was punishment was actually protection. The silence you felt from heaven wasn't absence, it was God rearranging things behind the scenes, placing every piece perfectly. There were moments when you thought heaven had gone quiet. When you wondered, did God forget me? But every tear you cried was counted. Every prayer you whispered was written down. And now Archangel Michael says, heaven has released your reward. Beloved, imagine a great table in heaven. Upon it a glowing scroll with your name engraved in golden light. Angels have been waiting for the command to deliver it. Today that command was spoken. This is why your spirit feels electric. This is why you couldn't scroll away. Because heaven needed your attention now. Michael says, tell them, do not move until they receive this fully. Because once the word is heard, the seal breaks. You are moments away from the very thing that will shift your life forever. And the only thing required from you is faith, the courage to believe that it's already done. You see, your life wasn't delayed, it was being prepared. God didn't say not yet to punish you, He said it to make room for something bigger. Every closed door was heaven's way of rerouting you to the right one. Every person who walked away was part of the pruning. You couldn't carry them where you're going. Michael continues, those who mocked you will witness your rise. Those who doubted your calling will see you shine. You don't have to prove yourself. Your results will speak. Heaven is already announcing your comeback. There's a shift happening so strong that even the stars are aligning to witness it. God says, I have prepared a table before you in the presence of your enemies. This isn't just about receiving blessings, it's about walking in authority. The same hand that once wiped your tears will now place a crown on your head. But don't miss this, heaven works through obedience. That small pull in your heart to stay, to listen, to breathe these words in, that's not coincidence. That's your spirit responding to divine timing. Because the truth is 5 minutes of obedience can unlock 5 years of blessing. Pause again, beloved. Feel this. That trembling inside you isn't fear, it's heaven knocking. It's the sound of your breakthrough arriving. You're not waiting anymore, the answer is waiting for you to open the door. Michael says, you've reached the edge of fulfillment. The delivery is complete. All that remains is your yes. The power of agreement is everything. When you say, "Yes, I receive it," heaven moves instantly. Chains break, delays dissolve, the impossible becomes ordinary. Remember this: what's coming is not small. It's not a minor change. It's restoration, it's overflow. It's the kind of blessing that will make people ask, "How did it happen so fast?" And you'll smile because you'll know it wasn't speed, it was divine timing finally catching up to you. You see, destiny has a clock. And that clock just struck your hour. God says, "I am releasing what was promised." The time of waiting is over. The season of rising has begun. You won't need to chase it, it will find you. You won't have to force it, it will fit perfectly. The heaviness that's been sitting on your spirit, it's lifting now. The doubt that whispered, "You'll never make it," it's fading. The fear that said, "You're not enough," it's silenced. Because heaven has declared your name aloud and all creation responds when heaven speaks. Michael's voice grows stronger now. "Stand firm," he says, "do not look back. The old chapter has closed. The new one begins now. And in this new chapter you are not the same person who began the journey. You're wiser, stronger, more anointed. You carry fire now. Don't underestimate this moment. This is your divine hour. The storm that tried to break you was only proving your endurance. The waiting built strength in your spirit. And now that strength is the key that opens your next door. Beloved, heaven is applauding you. Angels are rejoicing because your endurance reached completion. Your story is about to change, not in months, but in moments. If your heart is beating faster, if your spirit feels alive, that's confirmation. You are aligned with heaven's timing. The blessing has already been delivered. It's at your door. All you must do now is open it. God says, "You will see why the wait was long. You will understand why certain things had to end. Because what I am giving you now requires space, peace, and freedom. This is not just restoration, it's rebirth. This is not just a message, it's an activation. Every word you've heard today is shifting something unseen. So don't scroll away. Don't doubt. Don't let this moment pass. Because this is the one you've prayed for. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. If you feel inspired to support this mission of spreading love and light, you can contributing $50 to $100 through Super Thanks to help spread this message to even more people. Remember, every act of generosity, no matter the amount, is deeply valued and appreciated. The countdown is over. The delivery is complete. Heaven says, "It is done." Now stand still and watch what happens next. Beloved, the hour has struck and heaven is roaring your name through eternity's corridors. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your destiny, his sword gleaming with light so bright it splits the darkness that once tried to cage you. You have reached the turning point of your story. What once felt like endings are being rewritten into divine beginnings. Heaven's ink is still wet on your next chapter and God says, "Child, step forward." Your time is not coming, it is here. The air around you is thick with holy anticipation. Can you feel it? The trembling in your chest isn't fear, it's recognition. Your spirit knows heaven is speaking directly to you. The tears that once felt wasted are now watering the very soil where your miracle will bloom. Archangel Michael says, do not shrink back. The light you feel right now is your confirmation. You are standing on sacred ground, and every step you take from this moment on will carry the fragrance of breakthrough. Look closely, my beloved. What you thought was silence was God's preparation. The very moments you cursed as delays were the ones where heaven was aligning pieces beyond your understanding. Every not yet was heaven whispering, wait, I'm making it bigger. You were not being punished, you were being positioned. And now the stage is set. The spotlight of heaven rests upon you. The audience of angels has gathered. This is your unveiling. Pause for a moment. Let your heart catch up to what your spirit already knows. You've carried disappointment like armor, afraid to hope again, afraid to believe too deeply. But God says, my child, it is safe to believe now. The storm has passed. The time of hiding is over. The same winds that once threatened to destroy you are now lifting you higher. What buried others will bloom you. What broke others will build you. Michael's voice breaks through the quiet again, low, powerful, certain. You have endured the midnight hour, and now dawn has found you. The gates that were shut are opening. The prayers you forgot you prayed are resurfacing. The promises you thought were lost are being delivered right now. Heaven is not waiting for tomorrow, it's happening in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this sacred instant. Listen, do you hear it? The sound of chains falling. The whisper of doors swinging open. The echo of heaven cheering your name. You thought your breakthrough would come quietly, but God says, no. This one will come like thunder. The world will know it was me. Because what's arriving in your life will be undeniable, unexplainable, and unstoppable. It will silence doubt and make faith contagious in those who witness it. You've been asking, why me? And heaven replies, because you stayed. While others gave up, you remained. While others mocked, you kept believing. Every scar you carry is evidence that you didn't break. Every wound is proof of your endurance. Michael says, the battle was never to destroy you, it was to reveal you. The fire you walked through didn't consume you, it refined you into gold that hell cannot touch. And now, beloved, your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. Heaven is scheduling meetings, opening doors, moving hearts on your behalf. God says, I am rewriting timelines for your sake. Things that should have taken years will happen in days. What you lost will return multiplied. The divine delay has ended and acceleration has begun. But here is the mystery, heaven's miracles move at the speed of faith. Do not let fear make you hesitate. This is not the time to look back or question. This is the moment to say yes. Every second you believe, you pull the promise closer. Every time you declare, it's mine, the unseen becomes visible. Heaven is watching to see who will believe enough to receive. Michael leans closer, his wings shimmering like flame, child, this blessing is not fragile. It cannot be stolen, only refused. So do not refuse it through doubt. Do not bury it in fear. Stand tall, for the weight you feel is not a burden, it is a crown. Heaven has chosen you as a carrier of light in a dark world. Your victory will not be quiet, it will echo through generations. The anointing that falls on you today will not just change your circumstances, it will shift your lineage. The same grace touching you now will ripple forward, healing old bloodlines, breaking ancestral curses, and writing a new story for those who come after you. God says, I am restoring not only your life but your family's name. The redemption will run through your blood. And so, beloved, let the truth settle in your soul. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right on heaven's schedule. You are stepping into divine timing, and everything that once resisted you will now assist you. The wind has changed direction. The momentum has turned in your favor. Even now, angels are being dispatched to bring resources, connections, and breakthroughs you could never earn on your own. Heaven has decided it is your turn. So breathe, lift your head, receive it. This is your yes from God, not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Heaven has already signed the decree, delivered. Archangel Michael says, stands as witness to your release. He declares, the seal has been broken, the miracle is active, the blessing is live. And as this word wraps around your spirit, you will begin to see signs. Conversations that confirm it. Unexpected favor that reminds you. Encounters that feel divinely timed. Those are not coincidences, they are coordinates leading you into fulfillment. So, beloved, let this be your vow. I will not walk in fear. I will not question my worthiness. I will not shrink when heaven calls my name. For this is not the season of waiting, it is the season of walking into what has already been written for me. Heaven has spoken. The scroll is open. The countdown is complete. Now rise, child of light, and step into your miracle. The world has yet to see what God can do through a soul that dares to say yes. And that soul is you. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Because somewhere another heart is waiting for the same word you've just received. Be the light that carries it forward. Heaven rejoices when one spark ignites another. You think it's just emotion, but no, this is the moment your atmosphere is being rewritten. The shaking inside your heart is not fear, it's the vibration of chains breaking and blessings unlocking. Michael stands over you, sword lifted, declaring, the old cycle ends now. What once drained your strength will now feed your destiny. The very storms that tried to drown you will become the rivers that carry you forward. Beloved, can you sense it? The air around you is shifting. Heaven is not whispering anymore, it's roaring. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door was not punishment, it was precision. God says, I hid you in plain sight because I was building a foundation that could not crumble. You felt forgotten, but you were being fortified. Every time you thought you were losing ground, you were actually being planted deeper in divine soil. Listen carefully, my child. The breakthrough that's coming is not subtle, it's monumental. It will not sneak in quietly, it will arrive like sunrise after 1,000 nights of darkness. The tears you cried watered the very seed of this blessing. The pain that almost destroyed you became the prophecy that now manifests before your eyes. Archangel Michael says, "You are standing on sacred ground. What heaven began in secret is now bursting into light." You've been asking for a sign, haven't you? Here it is, the restlessness, the sudden peace, the unexplainable pull to stay here. This is not a coincidence, it's divine orchestration. The Holy Spirit is hovering, waiting for your heart to say yes. Because the moment you agree, every delay bows, every barrier crumbles. Heaven moves where faith responds. Child of promise, think back to the times you questioned if you were chosen. You looked at others rising faster, winning easier, shining sooner, and thought maybe you were behind. But God says, you were not behind, you were in preparation. The waiting wasn't wasted, it was shaping you to carry more than you imagined. If I had blessed you sooner, the weight of glory might have crushed you. But now you are ready. Your spirit has matured. Your foundation can handle what's coming. Michael's wings spread wide and his voice echoes through your spirit. Do not run from what is arriving. It is not too good to be true, it is too divine to be denied. Heaven is not testing you now, it is trusting you. The scroll in his hand carries your name, glowing brighter with each breath you take. It is proof that every hidden cry reached the throne. Stay still, beloved. Don't rush past this sacred second. The presence you feel right now is heaven standing in your room. You may not see the light, but your spirit recognizes it. The peace flooding your chest, the warmth in your heart, this is God saying, I am here, I never left. And with those words every fear begins to dissolve. You thought your story was broken, but God was editing the script. He removed characters who couldn't stay for the next act. He closed chapters that no longer carried your anointing. What felt like loss was divine editing, preparing your life for a greater plot. Michael says, do not mourn what left you. Celebrate what's about to find you. Beloved, some of what's coming won't make sense at first. Doors will open without explanation. People who once ignored you will reach out. Opportunities will appear overnight. It's not random, it's restoration. God is returning everything the enemy stole with interest. Every year of delay is being repaid in acceleration. Every tear is being turned into double harvest. Child of light, your name is echoing through heaven's corridors. Angels are being dispatched with your instructions. They carry answers you prayed for years ago, but thought forgotten. The timing is no longer future, it's now. God says, the scroll is open. The gates are ready. Speak and it shall be done. This is why you can't leave this moment. Because what you carry inside is being awakened right now. Every word that touches your ears is unlocking new strength, new boldness, new favor. This is not just prophecy, it's fulfillment. The same God who wrote your beginning is standing to announce your unveiling. And hear this, those who once called you finished will soon call you favored. Those who walked away will witness your rise. Every hand that once pointed in judgment will be forced to clap in awe. Not because you sought revenge, but because heaven vindicated you. God says, I will display my glory through the one they underestimated. Michael raises his sword again and says, look at your life now. The winds are shifting. The weight you carried is lifting. The time of wandering is over. You may not understand how everything changes so fast, but that's how divine timing works. It looks impossible until it becomes inevitable. And beloved, do not fear what's next. The same hand that carried you through the storm will guide you into the promise. You won't have to fight for this blessing, it's already been fought for. Your only task now is to stay open, to believe, to receive. Every moment of surrender creates space for heaven to move. Child, this is the hour heaven has been waiting for. The angels are rejoicing. The trumpet has sounded. The divine countdown is at its final breath. You are stepping into a season that will rewrite your name in both realms, earth and eternity. Michael says, stand tall, beloved, for your identity is being crowned. What was once hidden will now be honored. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Let this message travel beyond you because someone else's miracle might be waiting for your act of faith. Heaven moves when love multiplies. Now breathe in deeply. The air you inhale is not ordinary, it carries promise. It carries restoration. It carries the fragrance of what God has already declared yours. You are stepping out of survival and into sovereignty. This is your moment. This is your rise. And heaven is watching in celebration. The air around you is shifting. Can you feel it? Heaven is drawing closer, not as a whisper now but as a rushing wind. Archangel Michael says, beloved, do not mistake the stillness for silence. The unseen is moving faster than sound. What you cannot yet see is already forming before your eyes. This is why your spirit feels stirred. You are standing between what was and what is being born. Heaven is aligning your life for manifestation and nothing can stand in its way now. Every delay was not denial, it was divine calibration. Heaven was preparing the ground so that when the seed of blessing fell, it would not just grow, it would flourish. The things that once hurt you, the people who left, the moments that broke you, all of it was soil. You thought they buried you, but they were planting you. And now the roots have gone deep enough. The light of heaven has found you. The time to bloom has come. Michael whispers again, this moment is not a coincidence, it's a command from heaven. You were called to this exact second. The same God who numbered the stars has numbered this moment for you. Look back for a second, every time life tried to break you, something inside you refused to die. That was your destiny defending itself. The same power that kept you standing through the storm is now releasing your harvest after it. Beloved, your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven. The records of pain have been reviewed and the verdict has been rendered, restoration. That means everything that was lost, delayed, or stolen is now being summoned back to you in multiplied form. The enemies who mocked you will soon witness your rise, not because of revenge, but because God wants the world to see what divine justice looks like. Do you feel that tremor in your soul? That's not fear, that's recognition. Your spirit knows heaven is near. The same angels that carried answers to Daniel's prayers are now moving through your atmosphere. They carry scrolls, keys, and crowns. And one of them bears your name. Michael declares. The waiting is over. The delivery has begun. Beloved, when God releases, no power in hell can reverse it. There are doors that refuse to open for years, but now they are responding to your presence. They recognize the authority you carry. Heaven's oil is on you and it's marking everything you touch. Watch how things that resisted you begin to yield. Watch how people who overlooked you begin to call. The tables are turning, not slowly, but suddenly. For when heaven shifts, it does not need time, it only needs obedience. Michael says, do not rush this moment. Let heaven finish what it started. Because right now God is not just blessing your hands, He's transforming your heart. The pain you carried quietly is becoming the power you'll carry publicly. The tears that once fell unseen are watering your new beginnings. The same lips that trembled in prayer will soon testify with joy. Heaven wastes nothing, not your pain, not your patience, not your process. Beloved, this blessing is generational. It won't stop with you. It will ripple through your family line, breaking patterns that have lasted for decades. Addictions, cycles of loss, emotional wounds, they end here. You are the interruption to what once seemed unbreakable. The anointing on you is not for comfort, it is for conquest. Michael says, heaven has crowned you with responsibility. Carry it well, for others will rise because you did. Can you sense the light? It's not outside, it's within. The Spirit is igniting what the world tried to dim. This is why you've been feeling the tension lately. Old things are shedding. You are outgrowing environments, conversations, and people that can't carry your next level. Don't cling to what was when heaven is inviting you to what will be. You are crossing thresholds meant only for the chosen. Michael stands at the doorway now, his wings stretched wide, the sound of them like thunder rolling through eternity. He looks at you, not with pity, but with pride. Child of purpose, he says, you have endured enough. You have cried enough. You have waited enough. Now rise. Step into the inheritance prepared for you. And as he speaks, you can almost feel the air thicken, charged with divine electricity. This is the moment where heaven and earth meet in your story. The old version of you, the one built from fear, from scarcity, from doubt, cannot cross this threshold. Let it fall away. Because the version that walks forward from here carries light. You are no longer the one waiting for the miracle, you are the one becoming the miracle. You are no longer begging for doors to open, you are walking as the key that unlocks them. Every word spoken against you, every false accusation, every wound, they are now fuel for the fire that lifts you higher. Beloved, heaven is not asking for your perfection, only your permission. Say yes. Say yes to being seen, to being blessed, to being made new. Because as you read these words, the spiritual realm is echoing back your agreement. Angels are moving at the speed of faith. Michael says, the countdown is not to pressure you, it's to prepare you. When the clock strikes 0, the new chapter begins. This is the last stretch before manifestation, the sacred bridge between prophecy and fulfillment. So breathe. Stay in this moment. The wind you feel now is not ordinary air, it's heaven breathing life into your promise. The light flickering around you is not imagination, it's confirmation. The warmth in your chest is not emotion, it's encounter. The divine has entered your space and nothing will remain the same. Michael leans close and says, beloved, the battle you thought was about survival was really about identity. The enemy wasn't afraid of your pain, he was afraid of your potential. Now that you know who you are, nothing can stop what's coming. Heaven's decree has been signed, sealed, and released. The scroll is unrolled. The blessing is visible. And you, chosen, marked, beloved, stand at the edge of your greatest beginning. Beloved, do not hesitate. The key you hold is not ordinary metal, it is forged from faith, fire, and every tear you ever cried in silence. Heaven watched as you pressed forward when quitting felt easier, as you kept believing when logic screamed it was over. That endurance became your access. Michael says, child, you have unlocked what was once sealed. The delay was never denial, it was divine timing aligning every thread until the moment could carry the full weight of your destiny. Now as you stand with the key trembling in your hand, heaven leans close. The vault before you begins to glow, ancient engravings lighting up with your name. You hear the soft click of eternity turning, and suddenly the vault opens. Inside, rivers of light burst forth. It is not just blessing, it is restoration multiplied. Everything you lost, everything that slipped through your fingers, everything you thought would never return, it's all here, refined, brighter, stronger. God says, I did not let it die, I preserved it until you were ready to receive without fear. Take a breath, beloved. The air around you feels different now, doesn't it? That's not imagination, it's the shift of the unseen world aligning itself to your favor. Angels have been dispatched carrying scrolls with your name. Michael stands guard over every word spoken concerning you. The time for wondering is over, the time for walking in fulfillment has begun. You are stepping into a season where the supernatural becomes natural. Where what used to take years will happen in days, where what was locked will suddenly swing wide. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit? That's heaven's confirmation. It's the same power that raised Lazarus, the same force that moved Joseph from the pit to the palace. God says, you are next. Every injustice is being rewritten. Every false delay is being turned into divine acceleration. You don't need to chase, you only need to receive. For the blessing is already running toward you like a long-lost friend. Beloved, think about this. Some people walked away because they weren't meant to cross this chapter with you. Some doors closed because the rooms behind them couldn't hold your future. Do not mourn what heaven removed, it was making room for what's arriving. The pruning was painful, but it was necessary for your roots to go deeper. Now those same roots will feed in abundance that generations after you will taste. Michael says, heaven does not waste suffering. Every scar becomes an entrance point for glory. Child of light, your atmosphere is pregnant with promise. Even as you listen, new alignments are being formed. People are thinking of you right now, doors are unlocking, favor is finding your name. What was delayed is being delivered. What was hidden is being revealed. God says, I am turning private prayers into public testimonies. The very moments that made you cry are becoming proof of divine orchestration. Pause for a moment and let this truth rest upon your soul. You are not behind. You are right on time. The wilderness wasn't punishment, it was preparation. You learned to pray there, to listen there, to trust beyond what you could see. That training is what makes you ready for this moment. The light that follows will not blind you, it will empower you. You won't just receive the blessing, you'll carry it with wisdom. Michael now stands beside you, wings wide, eyes blazing like sapphire. His voice shakes the atmosphere as he declares, the countdown is complete. Heaven's decree has been executed. Step through. The doorway before you hums with living energy. You hesitate for a moment, not out of fear, but awe. Then you step forward. And instantly peace floods your being. Everything that once weighed on you lifts as though invisible hands removed layers of heaviness from your heart. Beloved, this is what surrender feels like, not loss, but freedom. The moment you let go of control, heaven takes over. The pieces begin to connect, the patterns make sense, and suddenly you see that nothing was wasted. Every heartbreak was a compass guiding you to this divine intersection. The silence, the storms, the solitude, all of it was heaven constructing your strength. God says, now watch how I redeem time. Years of waiting will collapse into moments of fulfillment. What you thought would take a lifetime will happen suddenly. That's why your heart beats faster, your spirit already recognizes the unfolding. The blessing is not distant, it's standing beside you whispering, I'm here. The sound of angelic celebration fills the unseen space around you. You are not imagining this. You are awakening to it. And beloved, when the blessing manifests, when the call comes, when the door opens, when the impossible shifts into reality, remember this moment. Remember that it didn't happen because of luck, it happened because heaven wrote your name on a miracle and refused to erase it. You stayed faithful and now the reward is faithful to find you. Archangel Michael says, child, guard your heart but not your hope, keep your spirit open. What has begun today will not fade, it will expand. Your voice will carry healing, your story will become someone's sign. Heaven has not just answered your prayers, it has assigned your purpose to ignite others. My dear child, if this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your faith by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Let your light travel further, let your faith ripple across hearts that are still waiting for their moment. Because beloved, this is not the end, it is the unveiling. What was hidden in shadows now stands in the light. Heaven has spoken, the scroll has been opened, the key has turned, the vault is yours. Walk through, child of destiny, the story you prayed for is now unfolding before your eyes. Beloved, when it happens your heart will tremble not from fear, but from the sheer weight of glory. You will feel time pause for a moment as heaven bends closer. Things that never aligned before will suddenly click into place, conversations that once ended in silence will reopen with peace, doors that were locked for years will swing open with no explanation. This is the divine signature when the impossible becomes effortless. Heaven calls it alignment, the earth will call it your breakthrough. But listen carefully, beloved, because with every outpouring comes a whisper of instruction. Michael says, do not rush into celebration before you listen. The same hand that blesses you will also guide you, but if you run too fast you may miss the next command. For the blessing you are about to receive is not just for comfort, it is for purpose. You are not being rewarded for surviving, you are being appointed to build, to restore, to heal others through what nearly destroyed you. There is fire in these words because the mantle that once rested on your ancestors now descends upon you. The scroll of destiny they could not finish is being handed to you now. And heaven watches to see what you will write with it. Do not be afraid, you are not underqualified. The same power that lifted Esther and David, the same light that wrapped Moses on the mountain rests upon you even as you read. You may not see it, but if your spirit could open its eyes you would see angels kneeling around you waiting for your agreement. Beloved, say yes in your heart. That yes is the sound that unlocks gates. That yes is what heaven has been waiting for since the day you were born. When you whisper yes, the storm loses its voice, the chains lose their strength and destiny takes form before your eyes. Michael declares, your yes echoes through eternity. And I tell you, beloved, your yes today will shift generations. Do you feel the stirring inside? That warmth is not emotion, it is activation. It is heaven engraving new authority into your spirit. You will speak differently after this moment. The words that leave your mouth will carry weight. They will shake darkness, bring clarity, and draw light wherever you stand. Some will not recognize you anymore, not because you've changed your face, but because your spirit will now shine with an unfamiliar brilliance, the glow of someone who has seen God move. Beloved, Michael says the countdown is not a warning, it is a birthing. Each second that passes now is like a contraction in the spirit. Something long delayed is finally being pushed into reality. Do not grow anxious, grow expectant. When the time strikes zero, what you prayed for will not trickle, it will flood. Opportunities will overlap, provision will overflow, love will return in purity, not pain, healing will spread through your body like sunrise over mountains. And when it happens, remember this moment. Remember that heaven chose you as the vessel of restoration. You will not just be blessed, you will be a blessing embodied. People will look into your eyes and feel peace. They will come near you and feel hope return. You won't need to preach, your presence will preach louder than words. That is what it means to carry divine fire. But Michael adds one more truth. Guard what is given. Every blessing attracts noise, every crown draws attention, and not all who smile are sent by heaven. Walk in discernment. Some doors will open that are not divine, listen closely before stepping through. The enemy cannot steal what heaven seals, but he will try to distract. That is why you must stay anchored, keep your heart pure, your motives clean, your worship alive. The ones who endure are not the loudest, they are the most consistent. Beloved, this consistency is your weapon. When you choose peace over panic, when you choose prayer over gossip, when you choose faith over fear, you disarm the darkness without lifting a sword. And Michael says, this is how heaven fights through your obedience. Every act of faith is a strike of light, every moment you choose to trust is a roar in the spirit realm that causes darkness to retreat. You do not even realize how powerful your stillness has been. Look now at your life through heaven's eyes. Every disappointment was a seed. Every betrayal was a pruning. Every unanswered prayer was a redirection to something greater. Nothing was wasted. Even the pain that once silenced you has become oil for your voice. Heaven never abandoned you, it was training you. You were not forgotten, you were being refined. And now, beloved, the refining is done. The gold is ready. Michael stands again, his sword gleaming with light. He speaks your name before the throne, declaring, this one has endured, this one is ready. And the Father nods, releasing angels to deliver what has been written in your book of destiny. It will not delay any longer. The pages are turning, the chapter is changing, and your name is written in victory. So lift your head, beloved. You have cried enough. You have waited long enough. This is not a season of hope deferred, it is hope fulfilled. What you thought was ending was only the shaking before the rebuilding. Heaven was clearing the debris of your past to make space for a foundation that will not crack again. You are stepping into a future that will feel foreign at first because you have never lived without the weight of worry. But soon you will learn the rhythm of peace. You will wake up without fear. You will move without hesitation. You will love without defense. And when people ask how it happened, you will not boast. You will simply smile and say, He remembered me. For that is the truth, heaven never forgot. Even in silence you were seen. Even in waiting you were chosen. Even in breaking you were being built. Beloved, Michael whispers one final word before the silence returns. The countdown has ended. The shift is complete. Walk in it. Feel that. The atmosphere just changed again. That is not imagination, that is manifestation. Your story has turned. Your blessing has landed. Heaven has finished what it started.